Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise, got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice.
Whoa, hold up, freeze. Is he talking about, like, everyday life?
I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car.
Yo, and he's making a point about how it's impossible to get out of this mess, son. Hey, man, that's actually kind of fresh, cause rappers are all about making the toughest rhymes, you know what I'm saying? So, and you spit some reality to the cats that ain't from around here, you understand what I'm saying?
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
And yo, this chorus is the anthem. It's the words that come out that's fueled by all the things you've experienced, and you've come to the point where you've had enough.
My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school because the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool, and all the kids smoke reefer. I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper.
But yo, peep the knowledge he's dropping right here. This kid's looking at the world around him and then looking at the education he's getting from school and saying, man, this stuff is whack because they're not preparing them for the real world, you know? For real, what can you as a teacher offer the students to let them connect their lessons with real life experiences instead of just teaching them to a test?
Finding ways to engage students from low-income households.
The world of education has not had a revolutionary approach to science education since the 1950s in the post-Sputnik era. And that's why we need something new. We've tried changing curriculum, tried changing standards. Only thing that we have not had a concerted focus on yet, we haven't focused yet on the culture of young people. And I argue that this is the last hurrah. You know, everything else has not worked. So let's focus on using culture as an anchor for instruction, because if this doesn't work, then we're doomed. I want to talk to people who are recruiting teachers from sort of affluent backgrounds and Ivy League institutions into urban schools to say, if you don't prepare those teachers to understand the culture of young people and immerse them in hip-hop culture, they're going to fail. I want to say, look at what you've done. Look at the fact that teachers coming to these schools in urban settings work for a year or work for a year and a half or 2 years and then go on to law school. Why do you think they're unsuccessful? And then they leave and they tell these horrible or horrific stories about their experiences in urban schools, not because of the brilliance of the young people, not because of the intelligence of the young people, but because they were unequipped for understanding how to be an effective educator. This is a movement. It's the next phase of the work of education.
The characteristic of the organism that's more beneficial for the environment is what gets passed on.
Teaching a morning biology lesson in any high school is hard. In underperforming urban schools with low test scores, it's even harder.
So what was the point of the lab that you're going over right now? Who could tell me what the point of that lab was, of the simulation? What was the point?
Under the direction of Emden, Columbia University graduate students visit a regular science class once a week to help craft raps.
I do this and I get it. A natural selection. We're talking about a rabbit. It's adaptive like its parents.
You know, this is not just kids rhyming. There are rubrics for assessment. A kid can come in there and just have a really simple, superficial rap and saying, you know, I'm here to play, this is DNA. That wouldn't work. That kid would not pass the Science Genius class. You have to be able to understand the nuances of what does DNA stand for? You know, what are the base pairs? You know, what's the history of DNA? To create a rap about DNA, you've got to know the content.
Art and music programs to the youth is of the utmost importance. I mean, it's an outlet that they can use that currently, with all these programs being cut, they're not leaving these kids with anything. The kids are just like lost in the streets, especially I see it in my neighborhood. I see it when I travel, you know, it's like these kids need an outlet. You know, they have all these thoughts in their minds. They're dealing with all this stuff. They're going through all these things. They have stories that need to be told. And if they don't have those outlets, then it's held in. And then they find other ways to express it that might not be a positive way to do it. So these programs are important to implement.
15 years old, popping pills that ain't prescribed. Hard being black in this world, trying to survive. Mom's getting beat, all I could do was cry. Pop wasn't shit, but just angry all of the time. Nothing left to do but take my little ass to school. Find a way to cope, pop pills to get me through. I ain't do this shit cause I thought it was cool. It was either that or grab a gat. Whoa. I was always high, yeah, heron high. I could barely keep my eyes open to do a test. I was so depressed because I'm young and nice stressed. I didn't understand the true meaning of life or death. Lost my nigga wreck. From suicide, my best friend. I could truly say that I'm dead inside. It's more of a happiness instead of a drug. Made myself believe I need to get high to love. Until somebody pray for me, make a way for me, say the day.
When I was growing up, I had the boys club. That was the thing that had the most impact on me, because the boys club, what that did was it was a center for people from various neighborhoods to be at in one spot, be part of like all these like different things that we were able to express ourselves through. And then after that, we would also work on doing our homework and stuff. But it was very like constructive. It was organized. It was for us to get together. So it was a hub for us to be at and also like get some type of like mentorship. So those things don't exist anymore, and that's the problem. Where I think my life would be if I didn't have the boys club and various programs that were in place when I was growing up, I would more than likely be locked up